Welcome back to the channel, guys. There has been a huge van explosion that has happened in Wimbledon. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be breaking down this breaking news story. But first, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more. Yes, a bit of breaking news here. A very, very interesting one indeed. But as you can see, a man rushed to hospital after explosion in London shopping centre car park. A man has been rushed to hospital with burn injuries after an explosion in an underground car park which saw 100 people evacuated from a shopping centre. Emergency services rushed to the scene on Queen's Road in Wimbledon after reports of an explosion at about 10:10 a.m. on Monday. Police, paramedics and firefighters found the contents of a van had exploded after the vehicle was believed to have struck a roof of a car park. Interesting. A Met Police spokesperson said the driver, a man in his 60s, was injured and rushed to hospital. The man's injuries are being assessed. The spokesman said the incident was ongoing and is not believed to be terror-related. A London Fire Brigade spokesperson said firefighters were supporting his partners after the incident at the shopping centre. Around 100 people were evacuated from the shopping centre, the spokesperson added. The London ambulance sent resources to the scene. We retreated a man at the scene for burns and took him to the hospital as a priority, the spokesperson said. Now, let's try and find a little bit more information with regard to this. Now, what's happened here is that an explosion has happened, and the sort of people on the ground have, of course, said that it was really loud. Massive blast heard by shoppers. A photograph from the underground car park of the Wimbledon Quarter shopping centre appears to show a grey van with significant damage to its back half. The picture shared on Reddit also seems to show debris scattered around the van. The user who shared the image wrote, "Crazy. My other half heard this massive blast while in her car. Cue loads of dust and smoke. Then when exiting the parking, saw this. Wild." Of course, the Wimbledon shopping centre has been evacuated. Road closures were announced following the explosion. Avoid the area warning issues as well. The Rains Park Liberal Democrat councillors have advised locals that the Queen's Road is closed in both directions between Princess Road and A219, the Broadway, due to an ongoing emergency services incident. They told people on X, please avoid the area if possible. This is important here as well, as you can see. Incident is not terror-related. The incident is not believed to be terror-related, the Metropolitan Police has said. A spokesperson stated at 10:10 on Monday, 17th of November, officers responded to reports of an explosion on Queen's Road, Wimbledon. Police, the London Ambulance Services and the London Fire Brigade attended the scene and found that the contents of the van had exploded after the vehicle is believed to have struck the roof of a car. Now, what's being said online and some sort of witness accounts here is saying that there was a massive blast, which is interesting to see that the contents of the van exploded after striking the roof of the car park, which really makes things very, very interesting. I don't know how things explode like that, but then again, I'm no expert. But of course, this is the most important part here. This incident is ongoing and is not believed to be terror-related. Let's get over to X and see what people are saying with regard to this. Let's see if there's any more sort of, you've got images of the van, which we'll get to in a second. But I just want to see if there's any more sort of updates, if you like, on X. It's always quite good to see sort of witness accounts. Van has exploded in Wimbledon, London. A man has been rushed to hospital. So it just seems as though one individual, the guy that was inside the van. I mean, what causes that? Look at the state of it. Police, paramedics and hazardous area response team remain on the scene. So there's quite the emergency response at this moment in time. And of course, the shopping centre in Wimbledon has been evacuated. Over 100 people, of course, out. Daily Rag, explosion in UK. Shopping centre, underground car parkers, man rushed to hospital. Man suffers burns after explosion near Wimbledon tube station. So that's the picture of this van by the looks of things. I mean, striking the roof. I mean, it does look indented at the top if you look at it and zoom in there, but my goodness me, what can cause that? Especially an explosion with inside. Look at the state of it. Wow. I mean, that stuff is from old news. Let's see if there's any latest here. Wow. So that looks like it, to be fair, so far. It's probably, yeah, so the contents of the vehicle exploded, but police do not believe. So something inside the van exploded. So whatever it may be. But thankfully, there's not that many people being injured, reportedly injured. Let's see if there's any live updates on this sort of live sort of thingy here. As we know, travel disruptions are expected. Burns and took him to hospital as a priority. Interesting. Well, there's nothing more really on this one in terms of further updates, but of course witness accounts said that they heard it from the actual shopping centre itself. So it must have been really loud. I'm just wondering what the heck was inside that van to make it explode like that by just touching the top of the roof. I'm looking forward to seeing the comment section here. If you are kind of a bit of an expert, I suppose, in there, any tradies or anyone who knows stuff about vans, what would be inside there to cause an explosion on a van? I'm interested to see. But there's a huge emergency services response to this incident, and of course the surrounding area, if you like, in terms of the shopping centre and whatnot, have been evacuated. But the most important takeaway, I suppose, you've got to take from this, guys, is there is no terror link, and one man, that looking like it was the driver, has been injured, and the remainder, there's no one been hurt or anything like that. So thank God for that. But let's get into the live chat, guys. It's been a little while. I hope you are well. There is a big, of course, announcement coming up today with regard to the Labour government. We're seeing a situation with, of course, illegal immigration. Of course, the Labour government looking to try and bring in new reforms. So we will be watching this very much with onlooking eyes. Of course, the Labour backbenchers, of course, going to be not all in favour for these reforms to the asylum sort of system, so to speak. But Labour are dubbing it as the biggest sort of reform in since World War II. So it's going to be interesting to see what is going to be said, but I just can't for the life of me see the Labour Party carry out anything efficient enough to stop the crisis that's currently going on in this country. And more to the fact, I don't see the left-wing liberal sort of backbenchers actually supporting and backing this. So there's going to be a bit of a humming and hawing with regard to it, but certainly we'll be providing you an update following the statement in the House of Commons a little bit later on today. But let's get into the live chat, guys. Hope you're all well. I'm trying to see. A builder farted after being in Greg's. Potlock says leaking gas plus spark equals bomb. Plumber's van gas bottle leaking. Yeah, possibly. I mean, I've never heard of anything like this in all my life. But then again, people are saying the same stuff. Happened in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia years ago. A barbecue gas bottle in the back of a van blew to smithereens, caught on an intersection camera. Yeah, good shout, good shout. So yeah, people are saying probably something like gas bottles, propane, carried in enclosed vans. That's probably what it looks like. But my goodness me, the state of the van looks crazy. Everyone is there. Good point. Good point, Welsh Hunter. Mad how the van got in without hitting the roof. You're right. Got in okay. So Francis says, it looks like a combination of low van hitting height restriction and leaking gas bottle on board. Of course, those are not necessarily confirmed as of yet, but of course, guys in the live chat are saying what it possibly could be. But that probably sounds right about right. We're hearing a stay. For those of you just tuning in, I know some people are just tuning in now. It's not terror related. This is important, but there is a huge emergency service present right now at the scene, and of course investigations are ongoing. A lot of shoppers could hear it from quite far away. But then again, an underground car park is a bit of an echo chamber, so to speak. A confined area, explosion, boom, and creates that loud sound. But one person is injured at this moment in time and has been rushed to hospital with burns. Hundreds or over 100 have been evacuated from the shopping centre. Large emergency service present, but at this moment in time, we don't know what has gone on as of yet. But we will be sure to keep you up to date if there's any more developments to this story. Guys, a lot of content coming up for the rest of the day. Of course, a big announcement coming in the House of Commons literally within the next sort of 15 minutes. We'll probably take some of the best bits, make a video a little bit later on, and sort of make a conclusion on what has been said in the House of Commons. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you